Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Avalanche, and we're going to be looking at this most recent explosive move that it has experienced. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Remember, if you want to earn interest on your Avalanche, which I don't know why you wouldn't, make sure you go to staking.intothecryptoverse.com and you can click on Avalanche, and there's instructions on how to stake your Avalanche tokens. Make sure you guys do that, and you can earn interest. That way, if the altcoins continue to do well for the next couple of years, if this is in fact an intermediate peak by Bitcoin in the middle of a longer cycle, and this is not the market cycle peak, which is I don't think this is the market cycle peak. Then if altcoins put in another 10x or something, then having that interest is certainly going to be worthwhile, right? I mean, the value of that interest could be worth a lot. So again, if you haven't staked your Avalanche, make sure you do so. And by the way, if you have a problem staking with me, for instance, like let's say you have a grudge against me because you don't like the way my hair looks or something, then go stake it somewhere else, right? Go stake it somewhere else. That's fine. Just make sure you're earning interest on your Avalanche, okay? So what's going on right now? The price of Avalanche this week is up a very modest 46%. And what's interesting is we've made it back to this general range, okay? So we were trading more or less between $20 to $40 earlier this year. Let me make this a different color so we can see it a little bit better. We were trading more or less between $20 to $40 earlier this year. This was in line with the summer lull that Bitcoin experienced. Now Bitcoin has made its move back up to around 46K, 45, 47, whatever, right around those levels. And a lot of altcoins have come surging back. And what we'll notice is that Bitcoin, we know, our thesis, again, is that if it's above the 20-week and moving sideways, what do we expect? We expect altcoins to pop. Now, my thinking is that we are seeing altcoins make moves. Is it the same type of moves that we saw back over here? Not really. I mean, there are some altcoins putting in new all-time highs. We're not really seeing altcoins put in the same types of gains that we saw back then. Not for most of them, at least from where they start. Like, for instance, some of these coins started from very low prices. I mean, like, for instance, Avalanche started to like $2 or $3 over here and then went up to 60. Now it went from $10. Now it's back to $27. This is a fairly significant 30x move. So we're not seeing quite the same gains at this point. But I mean, a lot of these moves come when Bitcoin's making that major new all-time high push, right? We're sort of at a different phase of the cycle right now. At some point in the future, whenever Bitcoin makes a run at say like 100K, the time following that time could be another very exciting time for the altcoin market. Right now, I would argue that the altcoin market feels a lot similar. Instead of feeling like this phase over here, the altcoin market feels more like this area, where altcoins were sort of popping, they were putting in nice gains, and they were generally trending up and doing really, really well. And then we watched Bitcoin take over for a while and make this major move. And then up here, altcoins did really phenomenal again. Again, right where we are today. It's August, like it was over here, and altcoins are doing well. We're above the 20-week, Bitcoin's above the 20-week, Bitcoin's going sideways. You'll see Avalanche is continuing to do well. This move that started us from, say, $14, $15 started on August 9th. What happened on August 9th? Well, on August 9th, that was the same time that Bitcoin opened above the 20-week. So Bitcoin opened above the 20-week on August 9th. That was when Avalanche started to move. Did it start to move against Bitcoin before that? Let's go take a look. When did it make its move against Bitcoin? Well, as far as I can tell, the major move against Bitcoin by Avalanche started on August 9th. Okay, so a lot of these coins, they make their moves after Bitcoin is above the 20-week. Now, that doesn't mean that's the bottom for Avalanche USD, right? It doesn't mean it's the bottom for Avalanche, the USD pair. But the Avalanche Bitcoin pair, more or less, I mean, it sort of had a couple of little green candles here that were still lower than these two red ones. This move started August 9th, and then this one is coming this week on the 16th of August. So again, nothing has really changed with our thinking there, that Bitcoin being above the 20-week, it tends to help out altcoins, Bitcoin below the 20-week, a lot of altcoins will bleed against Bitcoin. We saw that happen yet again, right? Yet again since May, Avalanche is bleeding against Bitcoin. Bitcoin gets above the 20-week, Avalanche starts moving again against Bitcoin. If you go look at, say, the Avalanche Ether pair, it also was bleeding for a while, and now it's starting to finally move back up at not very, a fairly similar area where it started moving back up before. Back in December, it sort of had this final capitulation that we saw back over here, but it's still fairly close to those prices that we saw it have a fairly nice turnaround. So I would say, maybe this is the sandbox that Avalanche plays in with Ethereum. I don't really know. It's a fairly new coin in terms of how much history we have, whether this is sort of like where it's range bound against Ethereum, only time will tell. But it's certainly something we want to keep an eye on. So again, make sure you stake your Avalanche with the ITC stake pools if earning interest is your thing. If not, then I don't know. I don't really know what to say. They also recently launched this DeFi incentive scheme with Avalanche. So it's possible that this is helping boost prices. Again, I don't really talk about the news that much, but you see all these different projects. I think DeFi is a fairly important up and coming thing. But you might say, well, isn't it already here? Well, it is already here, but we're still in the infancy stages of DeFi and what it's going to allow and what it will probably transform our financial systems into. So again, DeFi is something that will probably continue to only grow. More and more people will likely use it, and I think the main things that we have to get, the main hurdles of DeFi, you always have to talk about what are the risks. The main hurdles, I would say, are regulatory. So it'll just be figuring out what are regulatory hurdles as we continue to navigate our way through the cryptoverse. But yeah, they did recently launch this DeFi incentive thing with Aave and Curve, and we've spoken about those before on the channel when we had some people on before to discuss a lot of the DeFi protocols and yield farming and whatnot. So again, this is one more thing that you can look into, and we'll link all this stuff in the description below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm excited to see if Avalanche can kind of get back into this range here and maintain it, essentially between $20 to $40. We're currently at 27. We would like to see that hang out in this region for a while, in my opinion, and then maybe we can make a move to new all-time highs eventually. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Give the video a thumbs up. Click the bell icon to turn on your notifications. We also do have the premium list. You can find a link to that in the description below. We have a sale going on. Make sure you lock in the low rate. Find that down below. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Bye.